So I was gonna do a video about all the video nasties, the 1980s horror films that were all banned in the BBC, But there was one movie that like really stood out that I was just like, I want to do a video about that movie itself, just a whole video about it, and I'm gonna do it right now. It's called Possession. It came out in 1981, and I'd never heard of it. Like I feel like I've seen a lot of good scary movies, but like I don't know if this is not technically a scary movie, but whatever it is. I want to watch it and talk about it. So let's watch the fucking trailer because it's cool.
Beyond the realm of human desire, there is a darkness.
Well, that's why I'm with you. Because you say I for me.
She's pretty hot. She seems awesome. She's probably a lot of fun.
Love opens to absolutely unknown horizons.
Isabella Johnny, the internationally acclaimed actress, in her most explosive, controversial role.
Apparently, the special effects in the subway scene got this movie banned, and I really don't understand why.
Sam Neill, Heinz Bennett, two men, and a woman no man could ever possess. Special visual effects by Academy Award winner Carlo Rambaldi. Mortal terror. Inhuman ecstasy. Soon you will know them.
Ugh. No.
It wasn't even human.
Is that dude watching his wife bang? Ooh, that's not good.
I wanted to show it to you.
See, I don't understand now. She looks like an angel. Like, what's happening?
The darkness is forever. Possession.
That trailer is pretty intense and very subliminal. But then I saw another trailer that shows way more of the movie, and that actually made me want to see it because it seemed way more intense.
Oh, Mark. Your wife keeps her own secrets.
Make her talk to me. It'll be the way that she wants.
Relationships are intense, dude, especially when there's a kid involved. It makes it a lot harder to just up and go. But sometimes when you gotta go, you just gotta go.
Tell me.
Well, I think what you want to do to Bob is just...
Inhuman. So what you're doing must be human.
This trailer at least shows Sam Neill being an asshole and not just Anna being an asshole, because the original trailer just makes it seem like she's crazy, although she is. But Sam Neill is also pretty.
What's gonna happen to us?
After you!
I'll stop coming!
Why, I have to go!
I'll follow you!
You can hate me as much as you like. But it's you who wants to know things for me. So please make it possible.
Can you imagine getting your ass kicked by this dude? It's like getting your fucking shit stomped by the dude from the fucking Disaster Artist. It's embarrassing.
Look clear. You've hardened.
first time, you look vulgar to me.
You are not different from anyone else. We are all the same, but in different words, different bodies, different versions, like insects, meat.
This movie seems either amazing or absolutely terrible. I really can't wait to watch it.
What is it?
Alright, so I actually ended up watching the movie and I'll tell you all about it. It starts off with this dude arguing with his wife, and it's Sam Neill and his wife named Anna, and let me tell you, they argue a lot. And apparently the dude lives and works in a Clockwork Orange because it looks just like the same place where Alex lives. They have a son, which is pretty much the only thing that keeps them together because they are really dispassionate and hateful towards each other pretty much the whole movie. But they have sex a lot at the same time, but all the sex is really weird and detached and unemotional. It's just like, just break up. And then he finds out she's cheating on him, and it just becomes, the movie becomes like, the whole movie is about him trying to hunt down all the dudes that she's cheating on him with, when it's just, he's also cheating on her too though, so just don't forget. They get into like this huge argument at a restaurant, and they fucking just destroy the whole fucking place, and she storms out, and then for a while, 3 weeks, Sam Neill has like an emotional nervous breakdown, and it's super sad. Probably the saddest part in the movie is when the kid talks about how his mom leaves him and shit, and he just has like all the peanut butter and jelly all over his face because he's got to make his own food. And that part is really sad, dude. I'm like, damn, holy shit, this fucking relationship is really fucked up. Breaks my heart, honestly. It's like, you can do whatever you want to shitty adults that deserve it, but leave the kids alone. I mean, don't literally leave the kids alone. I mean, take care of the kid. Anyway, he just forgives her like it's nothing, and she comes back and they have cold, solitary sex on the kitchen floor. It gets weirder from there because that same night she leaves and he gets a call saying she's coming home with me or she's staying with me, and he gets pissed. He meets a woman who looks just like his wife, but apparently isn't. It's some sort of weird doppelganger. I wonder how that's going to come and play to the plot later. After that, he meets Heinrich, his wife's other boyfriend, and he is a super intense guy. They have the most brutal fight scene that I've ever seen filmed, and it's awesome. And that leads to this crazy ass scene where she comes home and she's talking to the kid, and then Sam Neill walks up and she shoots him this dirty ass look. And I'm like, ooh, it's about to go down. And he goes in the fucking other room to get hyped up before he's causes this fucking crazy ass argument. They have another argument, and he's like, where were you? And he's like, I was at Margie's house. And she's like, I called Margie and you weren't there. And then they get into this huge ass fucking thing, and one thing leads to another. She slaps him in the fucking face, and he's like, do it again. And she fucking laughs, dude. She looks right at him and fucking laughs, dude. If you're ever getting some shit like that, just fucking leave. Get the fuck out of there. And she tries to storm out after she laughs, and he fucking grabs her, fucking slaps her again. Slaps her again. She gives him this dirty ass look again while she's doing it. Slaps her again. I counted. She seriously slaps the dude 9 times. No, he slaps her 9 times. And he's like, you know why I do this? Because of your lies. And she's like, well, then you're gonna need to fucking slap me a bunch more times. And he's like, you bitch. And she looks in the camera yeah. And she storms out what the fuck is. After that intense ass scene, I feel the director dude had to add some sort of punchy narrative device, because after the true highlight of the scene, she wanders out and a car randomly swerves past him, and a bunch of cars fall over into the street, and then she acts all weird and just storms off. And I feel that's the combination of two scenes mashed together, because one's super intense and seems really personal, and the other one seems supernatural bullshit. And then a car swerves by and cars fly into the street and she wanders off. Next we meet the babysitter Margie, and the way that they're all over each other, it's pretty damn clear that they're having some sort of weird affair, or she she wants to jump his bones or some shit. Despite that, they would do whatever. He goes and gets his wife followed by some weird ass detectives, the world's best detective apparently, and he sort of just hunts her ass down, and it's fucking awesome. They have another fight. I could put a fight counter up and count how many times this couple fucking fights. It's crazy. This is while she's grinding meat really furiously, and I didn't realize that until they show it. It's just really intense. I didn't realize that. The way that scene builds up, it's just like she's just chopping this shit up, and then out of nowhere she's just like, "Argh." Like, who the fuck has a meat grinder just on hand? Like, why can't you just get that shit like hamburger style? If that's what you're doing, I thought she was making a steak. She chops that shit all the way up. Then we see this fucking alien for the first time, and that's probably what drew a lot of people to this movie, and it's super disturbing. It's making these weird squishy noises. The first detective comes over and takes a good look at it, and he's like, what the fuck? And then Anna freaks out and just fucking kills this dude right there. Like, brutal. It is so hardcore. Heinrich comes over to talk to Sam Neill, and he's just such a weirdo that I'm pretty sure Sam Neill decides right then and there that he's just gonna fucking murder Heinrich. Some way, somehow, he's gonna fucking chop up Heinrich and flush his ass down the toilet. Anna's doppelganger comes over to Sam Neill's house, and they end up not doing it. They just sort of lay in bed laughing together because Sam Neill is not that passionate about women, if you know what I mean. Another detective comes searching for the first detective, and Sam Neill's like, go to this house, he's probably there. And he goes, and he is there, but like Anna's there too, and she's like completely psycho at this point. And he finds his dead lover's body, and Anna goes nuts. Well, actually, she goes nuts first. He shoots her, and I'm not sure if he shot her or not because she looks like she just sort of blows it off. And she goes fucking nuts, just bashes the shit out of him with a fucking jar of milk, and then like shoots his ass like 10 fucking times, dude. Anna is brutal. Like, whenever she does stuff, she goes all the way, dude. And I respect that. After this, the plot sort of goes off the rails because we all just want to see the fucking alien. Someone sends Sam Neill this tape of Anna being weird, and like, we've already seen her kill 2 dudes. Like, what more do we need to see? Like, the clip of is her being like just like a jerk to her students, like her dance students, and like torturing a student. And then there's another clip of her talking for a long time, just being extra psycho. And I'm like, cool, point illustrated, can we move on? It's just like, it's not sure if she's just naturally a psycho or if the alien's corrupting her mind or if it's a mix of both. It's hard to fucking decipher. That's what I like about this movie. But this part of the movie just sort of drags on. Like, they should have like chopped it a little bit better, if you ask me. And then there's another scene, like there's 2 long scenes, and then there's another super duper long scene where she's like wandering around screaming in a subway. And I know the movie is famous for this one specific scene, but I thought it was just kind of not that, it didn't really do anything for me. There's other parts that were more complex and subliminal, and I don't really need a 10-minute shot of a lady screaming and spilling milk all over the place in an alleyway, and then add a scene of her leaking red, white, and green out of all of her holes. Like, that scene was just especially just like a long question mark. It was almost gratuitous to be like, oh yeah, well, this, and this. It was like those 3 parts together, jammed together. Like, they don't really do shit for the plot. They're just very much like, okay. And if I was going to cut anything, I would cut all that part, but it's not my movie. Heinrich goes over to talk to Anna, and like, he sees the fucking alien, and he's like, oh shit. And then Anna's just like, ugh, cuts his ass with a fucking knife, stabs him like right up somewhere where it's just gonna bleed a lot. And he's like, oh shit. He goes and calls Sam Neill, and he's like, Sam Neill, come over here, I need your help. And Sam Neill's like, meet me at the pub, I'll be right there. And he's like, this motherfucker. So Sam Neill goes over, and he's just like, I'll be in the bathroom. And he's like, come over here, and then bashes his ass for the fucking thing, kills him, leaves him there, and he's just like, he goes to the apartment and fucking sees all these dead body parts in the fucking place that his wife did, and he's just like, oh shit, what do I do? Thinks about it for a long ass time, and he's just like, I'll just cover it up. And he like covers up some fucking murders, dude. Like, that is one weird ass dude. So then he comes home after blowing up the apartment, and like, Margie's fucking dead. Like, fucking doesn't show anything about that. I wonder if that was cut. And like, he goes upstairs, and Anna's there, and she's just like, oh my god, you're covered in blood. And he's like, yes, look at me. And she like fucking like fucks him right there, and he's just like, oh, this is so great. But literally right after that, fucking, she leaves again, and he hunts her down somewhere, and like, the climax of the fucking movie, he wanders into this fucking place, and she is fucking this alien, dude, and it is so fucking intense. And if that was me, I would have pulled out a fucking gun and just like capped both of them. But that's just me, and I'm just kidding, because I would never do that. If I found my wife fucking an alien, I would never do that, I swear. But he just sort of does what we probably would actually all do, and just sits there and watches like, And And that's not even the fucking ending. There's more. After that, like, all the plot points get rounded up, even if you didn't even want them to. Like, Heinrich's mom kills herself, and we really have to watch all that go down. And Sam Neill's government contacts decide that they want to kill him, so they have this weird Mexican standoff, and Sam Neill gets shot and like rushes to this cathedral to get some fucking help. It's super fucking sad, actually. I hate whenever Sam Neill's in trouble, dude. I feel like he's a personal friend. He wanders up the stairwell, and I guess you could say that this part could be a dream, but like, it doesn't really make any sense for you to say that. I don't know why you would. And as he's waiting to fucking die, Anna shows up there with the fucking alien dude. It looks just like him, dude. It's a perfect doppelganger, and it is creepy as fuck. Sam Neill does what any one of us would have tried to do if you saw our wives wander up with a perfect doppelganger of us, and he tries to fucking shoot it in the face, but that doesn't really work out, because I think the alien uses its mind control because everybody else gets fucking killed, and he's just standing there like, and Sam Neill's just like, motherfucker, and like, he fucking dies, and it's super fucking sad. And I'm gonna spoil the fucking ending right now, because it's such a cool ending that I feel like talking about it. And if you don't want to know the ending and you just want to watch this movie yourself, just end this shit now, because you've seen all the coolest parts, and I'm just gonna talk shit. And this is the actual ending too. Usually I'll make up an ending, but I'm actually gonna tell you what fucking happens. The alien has like a huge pair of boobs, and they sort of just bounce there. No, I'm kidding, that's not what fucking happens. What really fucking happens is the director said he wanted to film the alien on the roof flying over the city of Berlin like the fucking devil, which would have been cool, but he doesn't fucking have the time or money to film that scene. So instead we get a scene of the Anna's doppelganger and the dude's son at the fucking apartment, and apparently it's World War fucking 3, because you could hear all these fucking sirens and shit in the distance, and like the fucking Samuel doppelganger's at the door, and the son's like, don't open it, don't open it, don't open it, and then like he fucking jumps in the bathtub, and like Anna's doppelganger's like, what the hell is going on here? And flashy eyes and shit, and then that's the fucking end. And like, that fucking whole story is super fucking unnerving, and like, I can see why it's not that big in America, because it's very much like dry, and like, I'm sure they would have had way more deaths and murders. I mean, it probably would have had to, but like, the complex relationship parts make it super good too. And I'm really glad I found this damn movie, because like, I had never heard of it, and like, I can see why they banned it, because it's psychologically really fucked up, and just adding scenes like milk gushing from all orifices just puts it over the top blatantly instead of subliminally, and I like that a lot. So like, if you ever have fucking time, watch fucking Possession 1981. It's a really fucking good movie if you like good movies. And that's it. I'm really proud that I made it through this fucking video, because it's the most fucking ambitious fucking project I've ever worked on in terms of reviewing a film. Usually I just talk a lot of shit. Like The Haunted Mask, I could just talk shit for 5 minutes, but this movie actually had some meat and potatoes to it, if you know what I mean. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to like my shit, and like all my shit, and love it, and that's it. Thanks.